Hello, hi everyone. Good evening.
Good evening, Venkatesh.
Good evening, Venkatesh.
Okay, so let's start the session today. So till now we have covered all the implementation phases except deploy phase. So we try to cover the discover phase, then we discuss regarding the prepare phase. Then we started with the explore phase, and then yesterday we discussed regarding the realization phase. So today we are going to discuss with the last phase of the implementation phases, which is the deploy phase. The deploy phase is also called as the cutover phase. Here in this cutover phase, what is going to happen is we are going to migrate all the master data from legacy system to the S4 system. So till now, we have spoken only regarding the configuration. We have designed the system, and we also discussed regarding the landscape yesterday. How are we going to develop the system or build the system? And how are we going to move to the other clients or other systems? So now, from in the point of configuration or design, we are clear. We know how where to do and how are we going to move to the next systems. But what about the master data? So assume that there is a legacy system in business and they are also doing a business and they're into operations. When they're into operations, they need the master data. When I say master data, it is the material master, the vendor master, and service master, and also the purchase info record. That purchase info record is not part of legacy, but they are going to have the data to tell system at what price are they going to buy the material and from where they are going to buy the material. That data is stored in the legacy system in other format. Now, how are we going to transfer all those master data into SAP? Not only the master data, there is also the transaction data, which we need to move to the S4 system. So we know that why we are moving master data, because there will be a lot of materials. There might be lakhs together of materials. And for that lakhs of material, we will be having 2,000, 3,000 vendors, for example. And we need those master data for doing the business. But what is this transaction data? Transaction data is nothing but the PO, the PR, and the stock. All those are the transaction data. And even the RFQs and contracts are also the transaction data. Why are we moving this transaction data? We are moving this transaction data to tell system that in legacy system, which all POs are still open for delivery, what all the requests we have open in SAP in legacy, and if there is any contract open with suppliers, so we need to transfer those. We cannot go and create manually. So if there is any open data in legacy, that needs to be transferred to the S4 system. So what is happening is, if we start with deploy phase, what is the first activity we are going to do in the deploy phase? In realize phase, we discussed that the important things what we are going to do here in realize phase is we are going to build the system and we are going to do the testing. And we also discussed some part of the training material what we are going to build. Now in deploy phase, we are going to create the training material for the business in their format. So first part in the deploy phase is the training material. Okay, as soon as we prepare the training material, we need to train the business. For testing, we are training the business. But as I mentioned yesterday, we might have 20 to 30 buyers, 3 to 4 people who are managing the master data, and 3 to 4 people who are doing the sourcing part. So we need to train them how they can use a SAP system for those activities. So we are going to discuss with business, how are we going to train those people? Are we going to train all 30 people? Or are we going to train one person who is an SME and that person can train remaining end users? So first thing is to train the trainer. When I say the trainer, we are going to train only SMEs, and SMEs are going to train those end users. We need to discuss this with business. How are we going to take that? Or there might be a chance where SMEs are not able to train their end users. In that case, also we need to train them. Okay, and we're also going to prepare the training manuals that might be in PPT format or Word format. And there is also a video library. And SAP also has a video recorder, which is called as SAP Enable Now. So SAP has built a tool called SAP Enable Now. So that tool is used for the recording. So how that SAP Enable Now is going to record is whenever you open a transaction, whenever you enter the data, that is going to get captured. Even when you click on any icon, even that click is also getting recorded. So that SAP Enable Now will explain how to navigate through SAP and create the required data. Okay. Then each and every modules are going to work on those individual module and prepare the training material for those topics. When you're preparing the training material, we are also going to involve the change management team. That team is going to explain how they used to work in legacy system and how are they going to get changed in a S4 system. So what might be the impact? For example, for creating a purchase order, they are not doing much things in legacy. They're just entering the material, the supplier and price. But coming to SAP, you have a lot of aspects or a lot of fields in SAP. So that might be a change. So what is a change from as is to be? Now, what is their working culture and going forward, what they should work? And based on that, what is the change they are going to see? So that is a change management. Okay, so this is the first part which we are going to cover in the deploy phase. Okay, then the second thing is this is just a leftover part in realization phase that we are going to cover in the deploy phase. In some projects, this might also get covered in the realize phase also. So what is the exact meaning of the deploy phase? The exact meaning of the deploy phase is to transfer the master data and to transfer the transaction data from legacy system to S4 system. So when I say transfer, you are not transferring it through any of the medium. You're not using any airdrop or you're not using any Bluetooth to transfer the data. These both are the tools. So SAP is a tool which is running in a JavaScript, and their legacy system might be an Excel, or they might be using a Tally or Microsoft Dynamics, which are running in other programming. So when you need to transfer the data from one system to other system, you need some medium. You need some tool. So using those tools, we are going to transfer the data. So before that, you need to first plan what is going to happen in the cutover. So some, as I mentioned, some call it as deploy phase, some call it as cutover phase. Whenever you hear a word called cutover, that is nothing but you are transferring the master data and transaction data from legacy system to S4 system. Okay, you are going to prepare the cutover strategy here first. How are we going to take this cutover activities? Who is going to do the cutover activities? All those things. And you are not going to have one plan. You are going to have 2 to 3 plans. That is the reason we are going to have multiple quality systems. So yesterday I had a question that why are we having multiple quality system if business is doing testing in one system? We are having multiple quality system to analyze how are we going to take care of the cutover activities. Because once you start loading the data from legacy system to the SAP system, there might be data crash. There might be only some data getting loaded and some not getting loaded. In that case, once the data gets failed, you need to completely clear the data in S4 and then start doing it again. To clear the data, it may take a lot of time. That is the reason what they do. They keep a backup systems, backup client. So today you are running one load of master data, and tomorrow you're going to run one more load of master data. In today's load, the data got failed, and to delete that load, you need one more day. So you don't want to waste one more day, so you keep a backup system to work on that system and put this system for the clear. So this client will get cleared in one day, and in the next day you will have the other system ready for the cutover task. Then you are going to do the timeline of cutover. What is the timeline, when it is going to start, and when are we going to end, all those things. And we're also going to have the cutover workshop. In most of the business or in most of the SAP implementation partner, this activity is going to happen in the realize phase. They will be starting to test the data or load the data in the realize phase itself. Because the data which should go into production should be tested thoroughly in the quality system. Okay, that is the cutover planning. Once you do the planning, you are going to start the execution. So what is the first step which you are going to do in the cutover? You need to prepare the final transport list. When I say transport, it is transport request. So you will have a lot of transport requests. Yesterday also we discussed regarding the transport request, what is transport request and what types of transport requests we have. And that transport should be in sequence. Why I'm calling it a sequence is, for example, now your enterprise structure is recorded in one TR or one transport, and your material configuration is in another TR. So unless you transfer the enterprise structure TR, you will not be able to move the material master TR, because material master TR is dependent on the enterprise structure TR. The reason is, if you don't move enterprise structure TR and you're directly moving the TR of material master, then you will not have any plans. You will not have any plant, you will not have any storage location, any purchase org. Then in the material master configuration, you have some configuration which is related to the plant, like enabling the quantity and value update, having the field selection in the plant level. So those will not get loaded in a correct format. So you need to prepare the list of transport in sequence. Okay. Then you are going to plan for the cutover mock. When I say mock, you are not going to load the data directly into production environment. You are going to do the rehearsals. You are going to do the rehearsals in quality system. There might be some 2 to 3 mock drills happening. You will move the data from legacy system to S4 system in quality and check if every data is getting loaded or not. If there is any issue, then you're going to correct it and then re-trigger it. When I say you're moving the data from legacy to S4, you are not directly connecting your legacy with S4. You are requesting to get the data from legacy system in Excel format. In deploy phase or cutover phase, the most of the work is going to be done in the Excel. You will be mostly working in Excel to prepare the format, to fill the data, to understand how the template looks, to modify the template. So these all are the activities. Okay. Then you are going to list down the open objects, what needs to be moved, and before that, what needs to be done. For example, take a greenfield implementation. In greenfield implementation, you are going to do the configuration from scratch. So you don't want to do any pre-checks. Get the data from legacy system in Excel format, load that into your template and upload it. When you come to conversion project, you need to do a lot of pre-checks. So the pre-checks there might be custom field which was created in legacy system when you're converting from ECC to S4. In ECC, there might be custom fields which are not available in S4. In that case, first you need to create that custom field in development, move the TR to quality, and then load the data. Okay. Then you are going to load all the information in the conversion tools. I'll explain what are the conversion tools we use in SAP. That is also in Excel. and you're going to load it. And there are some manual activities which need to be done. So what are those manual activities? Now let me ask you a question. There are some configuration in SAP which does not trigger a TR. Can someone tell what are those configuration if you have seen those? What are the configurations which does not capture in a TR? So if I give an example, you create plant, you create purchase org, you create material type. So when you create those, everything is getting stored in a TR so that you can directly move the TR and get that created in the next system. There are some configurations which does not record in a TR. So what are those config?
Purchase order.
No, those are the transaction data. I meant only the configuration. No master data, no transaction data will capture in TR. That is the reason we are moving those using these tools. But there are some configurations which are done in SPRO. Those are not recorded in TR. Any idea? For sure, you would have done that configuration, but I think so you have not observed those.
No, we haven't observed English.
Okay. So now let me show you some. Let me reshare my screen. Now all the number ranges what you create in development system or quality system needs to be created for every systems. For example, this is the material master number range. If I go to intervals and if I create some number ranges, or if I change some number range, for example, I change this number range and save it, this will not create any TR. The data got saved. There is no TR because the reason is now you are creating a lot of materials in testing. You are creating the master data for testing, and the same number can be reused in another system. If you're creating material in quality system, n number of materials, you have started from 1 and ended till 10,000. If you want to create a new material again in the production environment with the same number, you can do that because the number ranges are the client dependent and system dependent. Those are not independent, those are dependent. You need to create this configuration in every system. This is one. And the condition records. For example, you have this MN04, which is output. For example, if I go to NEU, I go to this combination. For this combination, you are creating the conditions. For example, I give company code this, plant this, and the document type NB. I'm saving this. This also got saved without any TR. So number ranges, conditions, condition record, and this is also a config, right? And the release procedure. I think you guys have already practiced release procedure. If I go to release procedure, it might be PR or PO. If I create a characteristics, for example, I create a characteristics. Okay, data testing. Okay, I fill some Okay, and I'm saving it. For this also the data got saved, but this did not get recorded in TR. What all information which is not getting recorded in TR, these all configuration needs to be done manually in every system. When you are moving the data from one system to the system, when you are moving the master data or transaction data from legacy system to S4 system, you need to clear all these. You need to get this done before you move the data. Now, you have not created the characteristics. Then in that case, if you're moving the purchase order from legacy system to S4 system, the release procedure will not be affected. Now you want to move the master data. Without creating the number ranges of material master, you cannot move the master data, or you cannot move the material master from legacy to S4. So these all are the manual activities which need to be listed down. So if you are working in a cutover team, then you should know which all activities needs to be done prior you move the data. So those are the manual activities. You need to list down those manual activities and create those data before you move the master data or transaction data. This includes the production environment too. Okay, then you have the batch jobs. You can create some jobs automatic. So for example, if you want to release the PO, you don't want to go and release the PO or PR in manually. You can schedule a job. For every 1 hour, this should automatically get released. For every 2 hours, the automatic POs need to be created automatically. So that is a bad job. This bad job is created by basis team, and we are not responsible to create it. But you need to know why bad jobs are created. Bad jobs are nothing but it is an automatic job which are running every timely manner. You need to confirm at what time it should run, and basis team is going to create those. Okay. Then you need to collect the data from legacy system and prepare for the load. Okay. And then you also need to prepare the business to stop all their activities when you're loading the data into production. Only when you're loading the data into production, you need to stop, or you need to ask business to stop all the activities which are done, which are going to be happen. So that is the reason the cutover task or loading the data, loading the POs, everything is going to happen in the weekends. Because, for example, let me take an example. Now there are 10,000 POs in legacy, and you are planning to move 10,000 POs into SAP. And think that you have not informed business that you are moving the data from legacy to S4. In your list, you have 10,000 POs, and you are going to plan the load at afternoon 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. You got the list of 10,000 POs morning. You have 6 hours of time to prepare your data in your Excel. In these 6 hours, suppliers might deliver the goods to the warehouse, and the GR would have been happened in the legacy system. Assume that 5 POs or 6 POs are delivered and in that 6 hours, and they did the GR. The POs got closed in legacy. In that case, now there are only 9,994 POs open in legacy, but in your list, you have 10,000. All your 10,000 POs will get loaded, but actually the data is 9,994. That is the reason you should ask business to stop their activities until this load to happen. Okay, that is the main thing which we need to do. That is the reason consultants or any data migration team or master data governance team are going to plan the load on the weekends. So when business is going live, you are not going to load the data before 3 months or 4 months to go live. When business is ready to use SAP, 1 day before that or 2 days before that, every time if you see, every business will go live on Monday. They will start using SAP from Monday because Saturday and Sunday will be the holiday. On those 2 days, the data can be loaded. Once the data are loaded, Then Monday, if they come and see, they will have all the data in S4 and their legacy data will be completely closed. So cutover activities are done in the weekends. Okay, so these are the activities what a consultant is going to do in a cutover phase. Any question?
Venkatesh, can you repeat that list down batch jobs and Delta Master?
So the batch jobs are nothing but it is an automatic job. So assume that there is a requirement from business stating every 2 hours they should see the stock. Every 2 hours they need to update the stock. Every 2 hours they need to create an automatic purchase orders. So when I say every 2 hours, per day there is 24 hours. And in 24 hours, they need to create the purchase orders 12 times every 2 hours. An employee is going to work only for 8 hours or 9 hours. And the remaining 16 hours, and no one is working in the system. So at that time also, they need to run the system. They need to say system that something needs to be created. So a job can be scheduled saying that every 2 hours, the system should go and check the stock. If the stock is less in the warehouse, then automatically create the PO. So that is done by the batch job. So a batch job is nothing but an automatic job which creates the data automatically. Mostly the transaction data. Now, for example, every month, the finance should close their books and open new book. We from MM also need to change the posting period. Suppose if we forget to change the posting period on every month, none of the goods received will happen, none of the goods issue will happen. So to make that simple or to make that issue resolved, there is a background job getting created in the background. If the system is not on, also not an issue. That will be running in the database. If the system is a shutdown system also, if you are not logging into system also, the background job will run automatically in the backend in the database and update the data. So that is a background job or batch job. Then you have the delta mass data. Delta mass data is nothing but if there is any missed data, for example, you loaded all the materials, but by mistake, someone has created 2 or 3 materials in legacy when the data load is happening. That was not a part of our list. In that case, those we are going to consider as a delta load. So that is the meaning of delta.
Okay, thank you.
Any questions? If no questions, then I'll move forward. Now, when I say we are going to load the data into S4, we need some tools to load the data. So what are those tools? In SAP, we have 3 tools to load the data. So let me explain what are those tools. So Kator tools. There are three tools to load the data. So first tool is the LSMW. The full form of LSMW is the legacy system migration workbench. This tool is an old tool which is used in ECC. In S4 HANA also it is active, but it is not used much. Okay. Then the second tool is the LTMC tool. So LTMC, this is the advanced tool what we are using now. So the full form of legacy transfer migration cockpit. This is not used in ECC because it's not available in ECC, but in S4 HANA, this is mostly used because they introduced this in S4 HANA. Okay, then we have the third tool with Barbie, which is called as Business Application Programming Interface. I think it is Business Application Programming Interface. So these are the three tools which are used for the Kator activities. So as I mentioned, LSMW is used in ECC and also active in S4 HANA, but not used much in S4 HANA. We have LTMC, which is Legacy Transfer Migration Cockpit, not used in ECC, but mostly used in S4 HANA because that got invented in S4 HANA. Then we have the BAPI, Business Application Programming Interface. So now, as I mentioned, we have LSMW. This is not used. Now we have LTMC. This is mostly used in S4. But in this LTMC in 2022, I guess, in 2022, they stopped LTMC tool and they created a Fury app similar to an LTMC. The Fury tool name is called as Data Migration Cockpit. Now in SAP, LTMC is called as Data Migration Cockpit. Okay, in this LSMW and LTMC, you can directly enter the data, whatever you have in Excel or whatever data business provides from legacy system in Excel. You can enter those values and you can load the data. But in Barbie, you are going to create a program. So that program is not created by a functional consultant, that is created by the technical consultant. A Vapor is going to work here. He is going to create a template on his own and build the program, and he's going to upload the data. Most of the business will not prefer Barbie to migrate the data. They will prefer the data migration cockpit or the TMC. Both are same. These both are used. In some critical tasks, if the data is not suitable for LTMC or data migration cockpit, then they will go for the old tool, which is LSMW. Okay, as LSMW is completely stopped and we are not using in S4 HANA only in emergency cases, we will not be seeing the LSMW in our system, but I can show how it looks. But we can migrate the data using data migration cockpit, and I'll also show how Puppy works. Okay, any questions here before I move the system? Any questions?
No, Venkatesh.
Okay, so let me go ahead and start with first tool, which is LSMW. I can show how LSMW looks. So let me share the screen. Let me know if you can see my SAP screen. Okay, so to see the LSMW tool, the transaction is LSMW. So this is the legacy system migration workbench. So assume that we need to create a material, or we need to load the material into S4 or ECC from legacy system. First thing, you need to create the template. So for that, first you need to create the project. Let me create. So let me remove this material B15. And click on this create. Why it should be different? Why? And execute. So if you see here in LSMW, you need to follow this all the steps. You need to complete this 14 to 15 steps, and only then you will be able to get the template which is in LSMW. To follow this 15 steps and to complete this 15 step, it might take nearly 1 hour. And to prepare the data in Excel, it might take 2 to 3 hours. And to load the data, you need to at least leave the system open or on until 3 to 4 hours based on the list of the materials. So assume that if the list of the materials is 10,000 or 20,000, then it might easily take 4 to 5 hours. I have seen a business using 4 lakhs material. In that case, for at least 10,000, 20,000, it is taking 5 to 6 hours. Then assume for 4 lakhs, how many hours it will take? It is going to take 1 or 2 weeks. 1 or 2 weeks, your system should be completely on and your system should not get locked. So that is the reason LSMW was not preferred by any business to use. You need to create your own template. I haven't I have the steps how to perform the LSMW for your reference. I can share that file with you. You can see how the tasks are done and how the steps are done. It is more time consuming. It is easy, but it is more time consuming. Compared to LSMW, LTMC is going to reduce 50 to 60% of the time. For example, if you're taking 6 hours to load 10,000 materials, then here you'll take only 2 hours to 3 hours to load 10,000 materials using LTMC. So that is the reason they have stopped using LSMW and we are going to use LTMC. If there is only some data which need to be loaded or a mass change need to be done, then you will be using LSMW. If that is not going to happen in LTMC. Only if the work is not getting done in LTMC, then you will come for LSMW. Okay. Any questions here? Or should I start some steps and show how are we going to do LSMW, or can we move to LTMC?
I guess you can show the steps of LSMW.
So the first step is the define object attributes. So each and every step needs to be done in a sequence. So first step I'll execute. Here you need to tell system, every screen will get open in display mode. You need to change that to change mode. So here you can load the data in direct method, recording, a BAPI, or an IDOC. In most of the cases in LSMW, we will be using the recording option. So you need to create the recording first. So select the recording, go to option and click on recording overview. Click on create. Assume that you want to create the material. So MM01. So I'll tell material. Click on OK. Put the T code. Using what T code you want to create the material? MM01. Click on OK. That will directly take you to this screen. And be very careful when you're recording this. Your each and every click will get recorded. Okay. Now I'm selecting industry sector. 1 click, 2 click. In material, I am selecting ROH. I'm entering. Even enter will get recorded. So I'm just selecting basic data, purchasing data, general plant, and accounting. And I'll click OK. I'll click on org level. Put your plant, put your store location. Here I'm filling the description. LSMW material, base unit of measure, material group, enter. In purchasing, I'm not filling anything, and you have the data here. Even this data will get recorded. I click enter. I have not filled this data. It is defaulted, but even this data will get recorded in your recording. Profit center, I don't want to enter. Valuation class. There is no valuation class. My God. 1 second. I cannot exit the recording. I think I need to start from the beginning. Yes. 100. Valuation class is mandatory. I'm saving it. Let me come back from again. Slash end. I am terminating the recording because I don't have the valuation class. I need to start from beginning. Execute. First step, display and change. Recording overview, create. I'm selecting this. I'm selecting ROH. Enter the basic data, purchasing data, general plant, accounting, org level, the plant and store location. I'm filling the description, material group, base unit of measure. In purchasing, I don't want anything. I'm going to select the valuation class, 3000, price control S, and the price is 100. Save. As soon as I save, this screen will get appeared. So if you see here, all the data, where did I click? Everything is getting captured. Now, if you want to see the values, click on default all. So if you see here, I entered the transaction. I clicked on enter. I selected the industry sector, material type. I selected this checkbox, basic data, purchasing, plan data 1, plan data 2, accounting 1, accounting 2. And if I scroll down, I entered the plant and store location, material description, base unit of measure, material group. This was the mandatory data. It came automatically. So you can see also the data coming here. And if I scroll down, you can see the period indicator or expiry date coming in that was defaulted in material. Then you have the valuation class, price control, the standard price, price unit, everything is coming here. So if your recording is okay for you, then click on save. This will get saved. Go back, select the recording from here, click on enter and save. We are not loading the data yet. We are just creating the template. First step is done. To complete first step, it took nearly 5 minutes. Now I'm going to second step, execute, go to edit mode, create the store structure. Okay, save it. Third step, the source fields. Now you need to tell which all are the fields. So click on object overview here. You will be able to see all the values what we entered. Take this all the values. Open an Excel. Keep the data in Excel. Okay. When you enter the data in Excel, remove this checkbox. This will automatically come into the recording. So I'll remove this. So minus and shift up. Okay, so these are the clicks what you have entered in the recording. Okay, give me a second. Okay, now I'll go back. Go one step back. Now execute. And click on this edit. When you click on edit, this icon is the table maintenance. So here you need to enter which all fields are captured in the recording. Okay. Now go to Excel. Now what is the information it is asking? Field name. So the field name is this. Here, copy the field name, excluding the transaction code. You need to enter it from here. So put it here and type. Type is a character. So for everything, you need to enter C. Okay. C is nothing but character. So copy, paste, and the length you will have it here. Take this length and paste it over here and click enter. Why? Okay, my bad. I have to come back and do it from beginning. And one more thing, when you're doing this activity, none of the data should miss. If anything is missed, then you need to start from beginning. So I'm copying this and putting it over here. Click enter. All the field names will come automatically. For some, if field name is not coming, then take the field name from here and put it over here. Okay, then save it. So you're just defining which all fields you want to have in the template. This is just to build the template. So all the data is coming here. Save it. Go back. 3 steps are completed. 4th step. In the 4th step, you don't want to do anything. Just go to edit mode, select, then save. Back. 5th step. Now we need to do the field mapping. Now system is going to see, if you see here, the checkbox. We did not enter this checkbox in our template. We removed it. but still the checkbox is coming in your template because this is automated. Now you need to tell what is this industry sector, what is this material type, on what is a field. You need to do the mapping here. To do the mapping, go to extras. You will see auto field mapping here. Okay, you are in display mode, go to change mode, go to extras, auto field mapping, keep everything as it is, enter, and accept everything. Click accept for all the fields. When you do this, all field mapping is completed and done. For this checkbox, you need to do it individually. Click on this, click on constant, put X, enter. Do the same thing for all the checkboxes. Constant, X, enter. Constant, X, enter. Constant, X, enter. The last one, constant, X, enter. Okay, I'm saving it. Go back. Now we are done with so many steps. Fixed values, here also you don't want to do anything. You can just click on enter, edit, edit, go back. No, it should happen. Let me do one thing. Okay. Now come to specify files. Before you go to the specify files, now you need to prepare the data. So these are your template. Copy this, open a new Excel, paste this in the transpose. So paste special, and you will find something called as transpose. Paste it. Now prepare your data. So what is your industry sector? Go to SAP. So you will get a data from business. So you can enter the data as per that. So I'm going to create only 3 materials or 4 materials. Okay, 1. Okay, and next one is the material type. For material type, I say ROH. Or if you want to create different material type or multiple material type, you can give multiple material type. That doesn't create any issue. Okay. For example, if you want to create a fiat, I don't want to take risk because the system numberings are not set. So I'm going to create for this plant store location. Let me keep store location different. Okay, material description. So LSM W2. This data you don't want to enter manually. You will get the Excel from business and you can directly copy and paste it. So everything is going to be each. And the material group will be 9999. And the item category is NORM. It is better to keep everything in capital. And period indicator. So let me go and check what is the value in period indicator. If you want to see that, you can go to object overview or you can go to the recording. You can go to the recording here. Where is the recording? Oh, shit. I should have taken the value before itself. Okay. Now here, the period indicator is D and B. So let me take D and B because that is system defaulted value. B and B. And the valuation class is 3000. Okay, well. And price determination control. And what is price determination control? If you are missed anything, you can come and check here. It is 2, which is nothing but this 2. Let me enter 2 here. Then you have the standard price. I'm going to give the price as this is going to be 100. This is going to be 50. This is going to be 25. This is going to be 12. And what is the price unit? For price unit, you can take 1 every time. So 1 is the price unit. So you're going to fill the data like this and keep it aside. Now, you cannot directly upload the Excel. You need to take this value and enter this value, copy this value in the text. Nothing but notepad. Don't move anything here. Just save it. And what is this one? Okay, industry sector. Just save this. I'll save this in the desktop. Or let me save this in the downloads. And let me give the name Raj 15. Okay, I'll close this and keep this open. Now go to the recording. Give me a second. Sorry. I'll go back. Now I'll specify the files. When I'm specifying the files, go to the change mode. Click on the legacy data from PC, always from PC. Click on create. Now see where is the file which you saved. That was in the downloads, I guess. I'll take this file. Put the name of the file, for example, 15. In the file, you have the header. So you need to exclude the header. To exclude the header, field names at the start of the file, this need to be selected. If you don't select this, even this line also will be considered as a line of material. Okay, so if you select this, then it will exclude the first line and take from the second line. Okay, now you need to tell tabular, because in Notepad, tabular is a space. Tabular will define it is the next value. Then I'm clicking OK. Data got loaded. Save. Go back. And now you are done with the specifying the files. Okay. Execute assigned files. Go to edit mode. Just save. Go back. Now you can read the data what you have uploaded. If you go directly execute, hello, you can see there are 4 records. Now if you see in this, we have entered the 4 materials. Right? These are the 4 materials. So system is finding 4 lines. This is fine. Go back. Save it. Sorry. Execute. Okay, reading is done. Now display the read data. You can also see the data what is loaded. You can see here industry sector, material type, plant, store location, description, everything is coming here. you want to see individual, you can click on this, where to show like this. Okay. And last line is not entered. I don't know what is this last line. I think so. The LSMW failed. Click on convert data, execute. The data 4 records got converted. Go back, display the converted data. You will be able to see the data which is converted to SAP. This, everything is coming. Price control indicator is not coming. For sure, this will fail. I have not entered the S, I guess. Let me do one thing. Why this price control indicator did not come? Or did I miss while copying? Yes, maybe. I just took till the price unit. I did not take the price control indicator. So price control indicator should be yes. So let me do one thing. Let me copy the data again. Create a new text file. For sure, this will fail. Save as V2. Save. I'm closing this. I'm going back to the specify files again. I should start from here again. I need to click on this again. Create the data. Version 2. V15 version 2. Tabular field. Execute. There are two files. I will delete this file then. Save it. Go back. Let me check it again. Okay, I have the version 2. I'll assign the file again. Save. I'll read the data. I have 4 entries. Display the read data. Now I have all the data filled. Convert the data. I have 4 records converted. And display the converted data. All the data is coming fine. Now I'll create a bad job. This is a bad job. So when I create a bad job, I'll tell create this, execute. One bad job created for 4 transactions. Now I'll run the bad job. Now you can run this bad job in background, in foreground. So I'll run in the foreground. If there is any error, it will come. Export mode, process. Enter. Your data is coming. See, the views which I'm selecting is not coming. So basic data, purchasing this did not get recorded. Then this is one issue. So we need to identify this is the template issue. Enter. Org level. There is some issue. Purchasing. Enter the plant. So this everything should come automatically, but this is not coming. So there might be some mistake in the LSMW. So we need to identify this mistake. So for example, let me cancel this. Again, there is it will show 4 entries. I need to cancel 4 times. So here you will see the status is incorrect and you will see the errors. What are the errors? So if I go here and check for the errors, log. This is the log. So there are so many errors. The cursor got changed. That is the reason I said each and every click, what you're doing is recorded. when we are recording, there was some additional click which got happened or some cursor got moved. That is the reason it did not create the materials. So to just create a template, it took a lot of time. And to load the data of 4 lakhs or 5 lakhs entries, it might take many more time. That is the reason we don't use LSMW. We use LTMC or BAPI. So if you want to complete LSMW, you should complete all these steps. And this is how you are going to load the data. Any questions? If any issue comes, again, you have to start from the specified files, or you have to start from the recording again. Any questions?
No, Venkatesh.
Okay, so quickly then let me open LTMC. So LTMC is also a transaction. If I say LTMC, you can see this is getting opened in a Chrome or Edge, but this is showing a 500 internal error because this app is officially closed, or this transaction is officially closed. So now, as I mentioned, this transaction is converted to app. So I'll close this. I'll open the Fury. In Fury, there is an app called Data Migration Tool. I'll log in. Okay, so here I go to the app finder. So Fury will take a lot of time. So LTMC will take a lot of time to show. Let this get loaded. Okay, the catalog got loaded. So let me search for the app called Data Migration Cockpit. So that is nothing but migrate your data. If I open this app, in this app, you don't want to create any template. You will have the template already created. So click on create migrate data using staging tables. So, but this tool is a bit slow. Whenever you keep on using this, will become faster. So give the name of the template. So batch 15. So local. Step 2. Step 3. So what is the data you want to import? So for Fury, that is not product, that is not material, that is product. So select the product, review. One second. Side, you will have the product coming here. Click on the review. This will add 3 preceders. Tell do not add. Okay. Then scroll down. Click on the create project. This will create the project. To create project, it might take 5 or 10 minutes. Whenever the activities are running, you will see that the activities are running here. It is stated as not started. You can see running activities is 1 now. So if I click on view all running activities, this is running and it is already saying processed. So let me go back. If it is processed, then I can select this and open. Select this line. If nothing is coming here for the download template, then you still have the activities running. So click on this, click on view all activities are running. So these are the 2 activities which are still running. So this might take 1 or 2 minutes. Post that, we will be able to download the template automatically. In LSMW, you should build your template manually. Here in LTMC or migrate your data, you will have the template built by SAP system. It is giving you the template automatically. So we wait for 1 or 2 minutes. This activities will get completed. In the meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can ask. And LTMC will take, or LTMC or data migration cockpit, or we also call as migrate your data. This will take some time. If you have any questions, please ask your questions in the middle, also not an issue.
Venkatesh, next week will be the last session, Venkatesh.
No, I think next week we will cover 2 topics, and post that we will have 1 more week, I guess.
Okay.
I
And
think we still have 4 topics to cover.
yes. And Venkatesh, what about that internship program you told to share the link?
Yeah, I'll share the link. Message me personally, I'll share the link with you.
Okay.
Hello, Venkatesh. Actually, I had texted you in the morning regarding the field selection error. Could you please
Yes.
show me?
So let me quickly check that. What is your plant? Can you tell me your plant?
It's N900.
Sorry,
N900.
please ping in the chat. N900. Okay, the running activities got completed. I'm going back here. And now I'll be able to see the action is getting open. So from here, I'll download the template. Download the CSV or XML, everything is fine. And why here you have just the maintenance status as B, that will cause also the issue. Now you can try, you will be able to create a material. Okay, I think
Okay, thank you.
the template got downloaded. Let me open the template. Why this is, okay, this is a CSV. I should have downloaded the XML. Download the XML. XML is a single file, and CSV you will be able to see for different tables. So I'm downloading the XML file. XML file is an Excel file. Okay.
Hello, Venkatesh sir.
Yes.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
This is Mahendra. My question is there we are going to get any notes kind of or SOP documents for these various steps? Because every time it is very difficult to go to video and all the things. So is there any ready reference for us to if we want to revise or something like that?
Yeah, I think I already shared the Excel file with you. I have shared in the group. Can you check in the group history once? If you don't find, I'll reshare it.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the template. There is an SAP template which is downloaded now. So here you can see which all fields are available. Okay. Here also you can see the basic data. The finance view, the characteristics. So each and everything is coming in different pages or sheet. I will just fill the basic data and save, because it will take a lot of time to fill all the complete template. I'm going to fill only the mandatory. So now you have the product number. So first of all, you need to check what is the last number range which was utilized for the material type. So for this, let me do one thing. Let me create a material. I'll just go to basic data. Someone has changed the system completely. Purchasing, general plant and accounting. Okay, this is the last number. So take this number and put it over here and change the number to the next number. So I'm going to create only 3 materials. That is 31 and 32. So product type is nothing but, if you want to see the description, what is the definition, you can scroll this down. You can see here. So product type is nothing but material type. So I'll put ROH. Okay. And if you see here, there is a star. Where all you find star, that is a mandatory field. Okay. And if we find anything is mandatory going further, we can change that. So it is a material group. So let me check if there is a material group 9999, or let me take any material group. So let me take this, or If you enter a wrong data also, system will guide you what needs to be entered. Description, LTMC 1 and LTMC 2 enter. Language EN, EN, EN. And base unit of measure is EA. Then I think none of the things are mandatory here. Check for the star. If you see any star, then that is a mandatory thing. Okay. Apart from this, none of the things are mandatory. I'm just saving it. Okay. And I need to close this file. Now open the file and start uploading it. Go to upload. Find the file which we filled now and directly upload it. So this is going to save the time to create the template. In LSMW, we try to create the template on our own. So I'll take this with today's date. Okay. And it got loaded. Go one step back. I think the validation is still in progress. Let this get validated. Okay, it got successfully transferred. I'll go one step back. Now you will have the preparation. Prepare it. Click on prepare staging table. A task will get created and that will run. And you have a running task. You can see what is the running task. And once this is completed, I need to start with the next. So here you have a steps called download the template, upload the template, prepare, migrate your data. You need to do the mapping and then stimulate. So there are six steps. Compared to LSMW, in LSMW you have 15 steps, but here you have only 6 steps. And it is taking so much time because I am not using LTMC much. So that is the reason. If you're frequently using this application, then this will be fast. Any questions in the meanwhile? Okay. The task got completed. The preparation is done. Once the preparation is done, you need to do the mapping. Okay, next thing is a mapping task. So click on mapping. So mapping task is nothing but if you are not entered the correct values. So system will give this like message and you need to confirm everything. So it is saying the ISO code, what we entered here is each. Should I confirm? Yes. So confirm all the things here. If you want to change, you can change it here. Industry sector is 1. So what is 1? 1 is retail. So take okay and confirm it. Language is English. And material group, it has just take 002. So I'll confirm it. Okay. And the material type. Number ranges. What is the number range? Number range is internal or external. We entered the number range. Should that number range, should it take it as internal or external? So it is an internal number range. So confirm all the values what you have given. So this is for inspection type. We are not using any inspection type, so say no. Take values from source, take default values from inspection. It's better to take it from default values. And do we have any integrations? We don't have any integrations, so still tell no. No integration. So we confirm everything, go back, go one step back again. Now stimulate it. When you stimulate, now actually the material data is getting validated. This is a one-time activity. And whenever you want to upload the data, you can use the same template and upload it. You are just validating the data, you are not creating the template here. And again, it will go for the running activities. Any questions in the meanwhile? Okay, it got processed. Now I need to migrate. Migrate is the last step. Now the materials will get loaded. You can see here you are going to migrate the data. Migration cannot be undone. If I do OK, then migration will start and the materials will get created. And this will also have one running activity, and this will get completed. Then the materials will be created. Yes, if you see here in this, sorry, let me go to Excel. Okay. So here it is saying that it is completed. We have done the 100%. Now, if I go and open the number in the Excel, and if I put it in MM03, so I have created only the basic data. Let me open this basic data, org level. Okay, this is not uploaded because we don't have the plant data, but I can show it in the table level. So if I put this 3 till 2 and execute, so I can see the materials created. Let me show all 3 materials. I can see all 3 materials created, 30, 31, 32. And the description also of the LTMC1, LTMC2, LTMC3 that is going to match with my file. And you have the ROH with material group 0002. It is created today. So the data is created, but I have not created the data for all the views because it may take a lot of time to upload the, fill the file and upload it. So that is the reason I have taken only the basic data. So you can go ahead and create with the plant purchasing views, all those things which are in the template. So you will have all the information getting uploaded. In this way, for 3 materials, it just took a fraction of a second. till last step, till you click on the migrate your data, till that you are not uploading the data. When you click on migrate your data, that is going to take, only then it is going to upload it. For 3 materials, it took a fraction of a second, just 2 or 3 seconds. But if you are uploading it for 1 lakh material, 2 lakh material, it will take 2 to 3 hours. So this is how you are going to upload the data in LTMC. Any questions here? Any questions?
No, Venkatesh.
Okay. If no questions, we are left with one more topic, which is BAPI. So I think I need some 20 minutes to cover BAPI. So let me take this next week. I'll explain regarding BAPI and then start with the new topic next week. Okay, so today we have covered how the deploy phase works, and we have seen how LSMW is executed and LTMC is executed. Okay. If any questions, you can ask, or if no questions, then we'll wrap up here. Any questions? Okay. If no questions, then we'll wrap up here. We'll meet next week mostly. Let me see the schedule once. Let me tell you what all topics are still pending. You can cross-verify with the syllabus. So we are left with 2 sessions with level 1. And we are left with 4 sessions with level 2. So I think I can combine FS document and support ticket in one class. And if possible, I'll cover IDOC and GST in one class. Let me see how it goes. If the time is more, then we will take 1 more week to complete this course. Okay. And I prefer you guys to start preparing your resumes and share it with me for the references. And if you are from different domain and if you want to switch your resume from other domain to SAP consultant domain, then please contact me so we can have a discussion on that and we can start building your resumes. Okay. Any questions?
Venkatesh, can you share some templates so that we can follow that?
Yeah, I'll share the template.
Okay. Yeah.
Ping me personally who needs a template. I'll share the Google Drive link, which has some 20 or 30 resumes. You can take any one from that and prepare your resume based on that.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Venkatesh, please share in the group.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that. Any more questions? Okay. If no questions, then we'll wrap up here. We'll meet next week to discuss on the other topics. Thank you.
Thank you.